characters that take the least amount of skill, though. Now, the popular answer, and I think there's a couple, and they're not necessarily wrong per se, and I don't want to equate least amount of skill to like equals like this person's a bad player or anything like that, but pretty common answers and pretty popular ones that I tend to agree with. I think Scarlet Witch, seen as the easiest, one of the easiest characters because of the auto aim ability, a really good escape tool, but I still think she's takes a amount of skill in regards to positioning, understanding your ultimate, how to use it, because that is just a really bad ability, unfortunately. I would say Rocket Raccoon from the support role, although that may change again with some of the changes where you kind of have to actually aim your heal now. But I would say from season 0 up until now, that character is very easy to get value with, doesn't require a very high mechanical threshold, doesn't really require you to position correctly because you have 2 get out of jail free cards with your dashes, right? Not that I'm saying you can position lazily, but you can definitely be a lot more autopilot-esque on Rocket Raccoon because of your ability to climb walls. You get an extra boost after climbing walls and then jet boosting instead of just jet boosting directly from the ground. Your healing orbs have a pretty good AoE. You can bounce them. I would say Rocket Raccoon and Scarlet Witch is pretty common answers. I would even go far as to suggest, a Vanguard character that is like relatively easy to play or easy to pick up. This is tough. I think Magneto takes a lot of skill the higher you go, but I think like understanding Magneto and like rotating his cooldowns is not very difficult for like lower elo people to understand, right? Like you have a shield, you have a bubble. He's got like 1 to 2 really good combos, right? The left click, right click, left click, which obviously takes aim. You also have the animation cancel with like the left click into melee right click. There is some stuff you can do, but like I would say Magneto's, he's not like a easy character. He doesn't take the least amount of skill, but I think like to get the base value out of him, I think a lot of players can understand what to do with Magneto and can understand how they kind of need to function. And I think that's a good thing, by the way. And I think Magneto, the higher rank you go, you obviously have to understand, okay, I'm going to pop my shield when I see the Bucky charging his grapple so that I can block the grapple, or I'm going to use this bubble to block an ability, or I'm going to bubble my carry, my dive character, stuff like that. That stuff doesn't happen until later on. But it is like, I think the grasp of Magneto, he's pretty good introductory tanking. But yeah, that's kind of like my opinion on like who the most skillful characters are or heroes are in the game, and the characters that take quote unquote the least amount of skill. Not that I'm saying the least amount of skill characters are bad.